hear like people in the modern day, like you need to become a leader. Being a leader is great. All those clubs, right? If you're in the U.S., I don't know if they're anywhere else, but if you're in the U.S., it's like there's FBOA, there's FFA, there's FCCOA, something along those clubs, right? And they're trying to promote leaders of the next generation and everything. But you ask yourself, what does a good leader look like? What will he or she do on a daily basis? What does a bad leader look like? What does a bad leader do in pressure situation, under stress, under pressure? How does he or she do? You know? And leadership is not a skill we're born with at all. It must be worked for. It must be worked for. And yes, it's common sense, and a lot of people want to be a leader. A lot of people want to be a leader. But you can't really be a leader unless you've already, like, to a certain degree, helped yourself. And you may have encountered some people in your own life who are shitty leaders, who you don't even respect, who you don't care about. And that bad leader might be yourself, Like, being a leader is hard. It really is, right? Like, you have the responsibility of taking care of others. You have to you have to sacrifice your own gains, your own personal gains, in order to help those around you. Like, being a leader is a hard thing to do. One of the hardest things to do in the world, right? But it's also a privilege that we get to live up to. It's a privilege, man. It's a privilege to serve those around you and eventually help improve those around you, like help them get out of their own ruts, their own problems, their own pains, their own sufferings. So, what makes a good leader versus a bad leader? Hey, my name's Coach Trent, and I'm a young man on self-improvement. My mission here is to gather a group of young men together so that we can all grow and improve together. I'm still young. There's still a lot of things that I need to do, that I need to become better at, of which I'm not sufficient in, if you will, not good at. So let's run together and improve. If you guys like my videos, please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. And thank you guys for watching. Let's continue with the video. It was 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and I was with my youth group. There was 4 men with me, and including me, so that would be 5. And the day before, I proposed an actionable step that we could do in the morning so that we can grow close together as a church, as a youth group, right, as men. And I asked them, and I invite them and asked them if they wanted to go out in the morning with me to work out, run to a park 2 miles out and back. And they're like, yeah, why not? Here we are at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So 5 minutes in, 7 minutes in, 10 minutes in, we were running, jogging, and one of our fellow men, couldn't keep up. So he was quite not too far away, but he was far away. He was behind the pack, and all I did was run slower so that he could keep up. But then one of my youth leaders, he ran back and accompanied him, helped him, and ran with him. Sooner or later, we hit an intersection, and I was like, man, fuck it, bro. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna do what I need to do here, bro. Like, being me, being selfish, being naive, being arrogant. I just ran. I just left them to dust. That's a bad leader, in my opinion. So while I was running, I was thinking to myself, like, literally, this is truth. I was thinking to myself, I invited them to come out and run with me. Why the fuck did I leave? Why the fuck did I left them? I was thinking that precisely thing in my head, and it was so uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me. So I was like, I brushed it off, and I was like, everything's gonna be fine. What if they get lost? They'll be fine. They'll see me. They find me. Don't worry. I was coping. I was making excuses, man. Sooner or later, I reached the park, and there, and like my fucking gut, I was like, bro, I'll at least text him. At least text the youth leader. So I texted him, but I forgot. He didn't have his phone on him. Well, my other friend had his phone. So the other friend was with me, and he had my youth leader phones. So there was no way that we could contact each other. So I don't know. By God's word, by God's magic, I actually saw them at the park where I was doing my Murph workout. I thought they saw me, so I didn't bother to say hi. And so then they just kept running, and they came back. And on the other side of the road was my other friend who was playing soccer, the one who had my youth leader phone. He was playing soccer, so they just hung out over there and everything. And that while I was doing my workout, sooner or later I was done. Everything was done. I came to them. I was like, hey, how you doing, mate?" And the first thing he said to me was, "You left us, man." And fuck, that kind of hurt. And I knew it too. I knew something was going to come up along with "you left us," and I knew it too. I knew it too. So it was uncomfortable. It was criticism. It was something that I have to own. It was something that I'm responsible for. And that makes a bad leader, right? Like, I'm a fucking bad leader. But with that being said, thanks to him, thanks to his criticism, I learned from that. And I'm grateful to have had that experience, to have went out that morning to work out with them, to invite them. I'm grateful that I had invited them the previous night, the previous day. That was fucking sick, bro. From what I've experienced from this particular event and what I have experienced in the past, is that what makes a good leader is responsibility of the whole tribe and personal responsibility of himself, of the action of everything that happens in the tribe and of himself, right? And responsibility is easy, it's simple. You can probably spot it, but sometimes it's hard to do it, to be responsible, to take responsibility. And the other thing that makes a good leader, in my opinion, is leaving no man behind. That is something that I've learned from my youth group leader, was to not leave any man behind. Because on that run, on that particular workout in the morning, I left him for my own personal good. I was being selfish, arrogant, and again, naive. And along with the second point is the willingness to sacrifice the personal gain for for the sake of the team, for the sake of the tribe. Like, if you think about like military operations, right? If you think about military teams at this Navy SEAL, Green Beret, the Marines, everyone have their own parts that they have to do. They have their own responsibility to do. But the team leader is there to keep them together and keep things flowing. And what makes a bad leader is selfishness, irresponsibility, and lack of purpose, in my own opinion. There's definitely a lot more, but these are just the basic, the fundamentals of which I believe in. And in a military term, in a life or death situation, like in the military, in war, selfishness, lack of responsibility, lack of purpose is going to get you killed, right? Thank God I didn't get like killed or fucking hated on or get kicked out of the tribe because of my irresponsibility and selfishness, arrogance, and naiveness, childishness. So I'm grateful to have learned that lesson, and hopefully you guys have learned something from my own fucking experience. Do not fucking, don't fucking, don't fucking sacrifice the team's benefit, the whole tribe benefit and growth for the sake of your own. That's fucking selfish. That's stupid, right? I mean, unless you're like really fucked up, your mental health is fucked up, unless you like really are in the fucking rabbit hole like the average human. Like, I'm talking about like eating junk food, not even exercise, and not even taking care of yourself. Then of course be selfish. Go and work on yourself. But other than that, serve the tribe. Learn to serve the tribe. You don't have to be a leader to serve the tribe. Part of being a leader is serving the tribe. So that's all I got for you guys here today. Thank you guys for joining me. And if that was helpful and have helped you guys, and if that was valuable, please subscribe, like, share, and comment below, and help this channel grow. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.